Hey, welcome back to my channel, Duct Tape Mechanic. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to fix a LG dryer that's making a lot of noise while it's running. So if you find this video to be helpful, make sure you subscribe to my channel for more DIY and tinkering videos. So this is the LG dryer in question. This video is going to be pretty much applicable to any sort of LG dryer that's making a lot of noise while it is running. It may sound like a freight train. This particular LG is a LG Trom type of dryer, but they're pretty much all the same. Now you can also use this video if your dryer is not spinning and it needs the belt replacement, because this is going to pretty much cover the disassembly of the dryer. But anyways, it's an easy fix, so let's get to it. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure the dryer is unplugged. That should be given. Then you want to come to the back of the dryer and remove these 6 screws. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That will allow you to take this bracket off, which will eventually allow you to take the top of the dryer off. To take the top off, all you got to do is push it, and it should come off. We're going to remove these 2 screws, then pop off the pins right here to remove the display panel. Unhook or undo all of the connectors. You don't really need to take a picture because they only go in one way. Don't forget to undo the door switch and the light as well. That's the door switch, and the light is over here. There we go. Alright, then we're going to open the door. I always like to remove the filter just to make sure there's no chances of it getting damaged. And we're going to undo these 2 screws. So 1, 2. Alright, then we're going to undo these 4 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. And when you do that, this whole assembly is going to come off, so make sure you support it. Alright, in the next step, we'll be removing this top piece right here. And in order to remove that, there's 4 screws holding it in. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, so after that, we're going to be removing this bulkhead. So there's just 4 screws holding it in. 1, 2, 3, 4. After those 4 screws are removed, we should be able to just kind of pull up and get this thing out of the way. Alright, so if you're watching this video to replace the rollers, that's the cause of the noise, you have to undo the belt. And if you're watching this video to replace the belt, you already noticed that the belt is no longer here. So you can just proceed to installing the belt. But to undo the belt is simple. All you need to do is unhook it from the idler pulley, which is right there. So I'm going to show you how to do this. So that is the idler. That's my hand reaching back there. I'm just going to push it to the left and kind of get the belt off the motor pulley with one hand, and there she goes. To right where the front of the drum is, so I usually just write an F right there, so that will help me keep the orientation correct. And now all we need to do is just grab it by the belt and just pull it right on out. Right, so with the cabin opened up like this, we can see the rollers in the back. It looks like they've been replaced before, and they actually look like, well, it looks like they replaced one, but it looks like they're actually in decent condition. I just think these ones are just jammed up. If you look back there, there's a lot of buildup of hair and whatnot, and that's probably what's preventing them from spinning freely. So this one, I may be able to just clean them up and replace them, but a lot of the times when you come to replace these, you'll notice that the bearing will be either completely wobbly, and so you'll get a lot of noise when you move it back and forth, or it'll be completely broken off. So this is not the case for these ones, but the process is still going to be the same. I'm going to remove the clip right here, clean the shaft, lubricate it a little bit, and then put them back on and see if that solves the trick. But if you do have to replace them, I will link the part around now in the video, so you can just click on that and get to them. And it should be noted that 2 of the rollers are in the back and 2 are on that bulkhead that we removed earlier. So as you can tell, these ones are also quite jammed up. So I'm going to try my luck by just cleaning up the shaft and just lubricating it and see if that works. I do have more rollers, as you can see over there, ready to go if I do need to replace them. I'm willing to bet that one probably broke, so they just replaced the one. I don't really recommend that, particularly because they come in sets anyways. But yeah, I'll show you how the process of replacing / cleaning up the shaft looks like. But before we get to that, with the cabin open like this, it might be a good idea just to clean up all the lint in here as well, because it's already open. So I sometimes like to just use a leaf blower to just blow it all out, and that gets it nice and clean. Alright, so let's get to replacing the rollers. So the process is going to be the same for all of them, so I'm just going to show you how to do one. Basically what I do is I like to take off this clip, just kind of pull off the roller. Maybe difficult depending on how jammed up it is. Then I like to get some WD-40 and just spray the shaft. I found this helps in getting out all the hair and helps loosen up everything really well. So then I like to get a rag and just wipe it down. And in this case, since we're going to be trying to attempt to reuse this roller, I also like to clean it out from the inside. Then after everything is clean, I like to use a lubricant like this, what's called a dry lubricant, a non-petroleum based lubricant on the shaft itself, and that'll keep it nice and loose. So after that, all you gotta do is just put the roller back on and clip on that clip that we took off with a flat blade screwdriver. And just repeat that for the rest of them. Alright, so we got everything cleaned up, all the rollers are working smoothly, and I forgot to mention that if your washing machine is making, or if the dryer is making noise, excuse me, also make sure you want to check to see if the idler pulley here is operating smoothly. So as you can tell, it's not jammed up, so that could also cause some noise. But most likely, if it sounds like a freight train, it's probably these rollers. Alright, let's get to putting it back together. So let's go ahead and install the belt and see if I can do it one-handed while keeping the camera steady. So I've got the belt coming down right here. We're just going to go loop through the idler and onto the motor pulley. Maybe a little bit difficult here one-handed, but we will give it a shot. And there we go. So that's how it should look. And I'll zoom out and I'll show you how from the other side as well. Alright, from the other angle, that's what the belt should look like when it's properly installed onto the motor pulley and the idler pulley. Next, we'll be reinstalling the bulkhead. We get to reconnect the moisture sensor. Alright. Next, we're going to go ahead and install this top plate. Now it's time for the door. Just remember, it goes into the bottom slots first. So those slots down there. Forget to plug in the door switch and the light. Time to reinstall the display panel. Make sure you put it into the slots on the bottom first. Alright, lastly, go ahead and put this top cover back on. Time to put the bracket back on. Don't forget the lint trap. So I've got the dryer all hooked up to my test station over here, and we're just gonna go ahead and hit the start. It's on manual drive, but that shouldn't matter. And sounds a lot better now. So if you found this video to be helpful, make sure you hit the thumbs up sign.